In the history of air combat, some numbers just don't sound real. They sound like something straight out of a movie, but for one pilot, on September 1st, 1942, fiction became reality. On that day, in the skies above North Africa, he flew 3 separate missions. By the time his wheels touched the ground for the last time, he had single-handedly shot down 17 Allied planes, 8 of them in just 10 minutes. This isn't just a story about a disciplined soldier or a loyal follower of a twisted ideology. This is the story of a rebel, a virtuoso, and a man who despised the very regime he fought for. This is the story of the Star of Africa. Before he was a legend, this German pilot was a massive headache for the Luftwaffe. Born in Berlin to a family with French Huguenot roots, he was charming, reckless, and fiercely independent. He had a passion for American jazz music, a big no-no in Nazi Germany, and his nightlife was so legendary he was often too tired to fly the next morning. His superiors saw an insubordinate troublemaker who hated the rigid discipline of military life. His time during the Battle of Britain was unremarkable. He scored a few victories, but also got shot down multiple times himself. His attitude was a constant problem. He once broke formation against direct orders to save his wing leader. In a fit of anger, he even pretended to strafe the ground near his commander's tent. It seemed he was destined for a short, forgettable career. As punishment, he was transferred to Jagdgeschwader 27, Fighter Wing 27, being deployed to the scorching battleground of North Africa in April 1941. To his commanders, it was a way to get rid of a problem child. To the young pilot, it became the greatest adventure of his life. North Africa was the one place where his chaos could become a weapon. North Africa was a different kind of war. The wide desert and crystal skies created unique combat conditions. Under a new, more understanding commander, Eduard Neumann, the pilot's raw talent was finally recognized. Neumann didn't try to break him. He mentored him. He helped refine the wild talent into something deadly. Here, the rebel pilot began to rise. He threw the rule book out. He trained his body to withstand crushing G-forces. His eyes could pick out enemy planes from miles away in the desert glare. Most critically, he mastered deflection shooting, hitting enemies at sharp angles, not just from behind. He dove into enemy formations at high speed, turned hard, fired short bursts, and peeled away before anyone could react. Allied pilots thought they were being attacked by a swarm. But it was just one man, in a Messerschmitt Bf-109. Soon he wasn't just a pilot, he was a phantom. Flying his iconic Yellow 14, he built a fearsome reputation. He preferred to fight alone, often telling his wingman to hang back. He attacked from below, hiding in the desert heat haze, striking fast and vanishing. Even defensive maneuvers like the Luftwaffe circle couldn't stop him. He'd dive beneath it, pop into the center, shoot and spin out just above the sand. The myth of the Star of Africa was born. But he was a man of contradictions. Nazi propaganda made him a poster boy, the perfect Aryan ace, but he hated the regime. He played band jazz in his tent. He befriended a captured black South African soldier, Corporal Matthew Latulu, and made him his assistant, saying, "Where I go, Matias goes." He showed respect to Allied survivors and often drove out to meet them. Even as he broke every Luftwaffe rule, his squadron relied on him more than ever. He was at war not just with the Allies, but with his own side. September 1st, 1942, the day his legend was forged. The Battle of Alam El Halfa was raging. The Desert Air Force pushed back hard. His first mission was just after 8 a.m. 2 Hurricanes fell in minutes. He returned, rearmed, and launched again. His second sortie was historic. He encountered a group of American P-40 Kitty Hawks. In just 10 minutes, he shot down 8 planes, 15 rounds per kill. So precise, his Italian allies gave him a car with Otto, Italian for 8, painted on the side. Still not done, he flew a third mission in the late afternoon. 4 more Hurricanes fell in 4 minutes. 17 kills, one day. Post-war analysis suggests the number may have been lower, but the feat was enough to immortalize him. Just 2 days later, he was awarded Germany's highest military honor, the Knight's Cross with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds. He was the 4th person ever to receive it. A national hero, but the pilot was unimpressed. He reportedly called Hitler a rather odd sort after meeting him. His only refuge was the sky and jazz. For another month, he dominated the skies. His total reached 158 victories, still the highest number of Western Allied aircraft downed by any pilot. But fate was waiting. On September 30th, 1942, just 29 days after his greatest triumph, disaster struck. No enemies, no combat, just engine failure. Smoke filled his cockpit. His wingmen begged him to bail out. He stayed until he was over friendly lines. He rolled his new Messerschmitt upside down to jump, but the aircraft dove faster than he realized. The slipstream slammed him against the tail. He never opened his parachute. Whether he was killed on impact or knocked unconscious remains unknown. He was just 22 years old. The Luftwaffe's brightest star was gone. Not taken by enemy fire, but by mechanical failure. His unit's morale shattered. Jagdgeschwader 27 was pulled from Africa. His grave marker reads a single word: undefeated. His tactics reshaped air combat. Aggressive high-angle attacks, surgical precision, fearless improvisation. He became a template for future generations of fighter pilots. And yet his story is more than numbers. He was a rebel in a regime that crushed rebellion. A pilot who hated war but was brilliant at it. He never fit into the system he fought in, and refused to become what it wanted him to be. He lived fast, flew wild, and died young. But in doing so, he left behind a legacy that defied every expectation. This legend was Hans-Joachim Marseille. Stories like his remind us, history is never black and white. If you find these kinds of complex stories as fascinating as we do, hit that like button and subscribe. And in the comments, tell us which historical figures deserve a closer look next.